The woman accidentally fell into a swamp, but she told her boyfriend to stay away from her. When he came to rescue her, she thought she couldn't be trapped in such a small swamp, but the woman's struggles led her body deeper and deeper into the swamp. When the man saw his girlfriend in danger, he grabbed a stick and tried to pull her out. The woman also grabbed the straw to save her life, but as soon as the man was ready to push, the stick was too strong to withstand the force and snapped. The boyfriend had to look for other tools, but the woman, who could not be rescued, began to struggle desperately. Although the man stopped her in time, but the woman fell deeper into the swamp. Seeing that his girlfriend was in danger, the man did not hesitate. He jumped straight into the mud. He then searched for the woman. He finally rescued the woman before she suffocated. Although the woman was temporarily safe, but now both of them are deep in the swamp. There's no way to wait for help in the middle of nowhere. She didn't want to sit around and wait for help. Starting to feel around in the swamp, she found something else, so the two of them worked together to lift it up, but they accidentally dragged down a body. The woman felt bad about it. She was so scared. She let go, but surprisingly, the body was carrying a backpack and a shotgun. However, the backpack only contained some daily necessities, but there was no equipment to call for help, and there were only 2 bullets left in the shotgun. In the face of this situation, but the man was not frustrated because he thought of a way to get out of the trap. The two of them cut their backpacks into strips of cloth and tied them together as a rope. They were going to use it to tie themselves to the rocks on the shore to pull themselves out of the swamp, but the rope wasn't long enough. They tried several times. They couldn't even reach the edge of the rock. Their plan to survive failed. A plane flew over them. The 2 men shouted as loud as they could, but in this deep forest, even if they shouted at the top of their lungs, they couldn't get the plane's attention. The women tried to light something nearby to get the plane's attention, but in this wet swamp, it was impossible to light anything. The 2 of them could only watch as the plane went away, but it wasn't the only thing that happened. Before they could catch their breath, a horrible snake appeared behind the man. The woman warned the man not to move, so as not to attract the snake's attention, but the snake still crawled towards them. Then it bit the man. Luckily, the woman shot and wounded the snake. She was able to repel the snake, but the venom had already entered the man's body. Although the woman strangled the man's arm with her jacket, but she couldn't stop the venom from spreading inside. The man's neck quickly developed a large black spot. The only way to save the man's life is to bleed him out. To save the man's life, so she took out a dagger and sterilized it. Then she slit his neck and pushed out all the stagnant blood clots. Then she burned the dagger again. That's how she stopped the bleeding. The man fainted from the pain, but the snake didn't go away from the pain. Then it came at them again. The woman raised her shotgun with only 1 bullet left in her shotgun, but the snake suddenly disappeared. She took out her dagger to check, but she realized that the viper was already behind her. Although she shot back in time, she missed because she couldn't aim. Now the viper had no more fear. It began to wrap itself around the woman to strangle her. Luckily, the man heard his girlfriend's screams. He woke up with a start. He killed the snake with a knife, but it also used up his last strength. He was already dying. In order to save his boyfriend as soon as possible, the woman had a quick idea. She passed the rope through the snake's head. She used the snake to extend the length of the rope. Then she threw the rope. This time it finally caught the stone. She tugs on the rope and tries her best with all her strength. She was able to climb up, but she didn't have the strength to save her boyfriend. She had to run out of the forest first. She was eventually rescued alone.